Hello squaddies, welcome to a new series. As always, I'm D, and this is going to be taking the place of RanDOTA, at least for a little bit. I've just decided to take a break from Dota for a while. At least from casting it, I'll probably still play it in my off time. This is SpellForce 3, and the basic idea here is it's supposed to be a combination of RPG and real-time strategy. This is the campaign mode that I just started this. So this is my character right here. This is Escanor Tahar. The last name is set because of who you are. This is just after the tutorial mission, where you use a character, a character by the name of named General Sentenza Noria, who voiced by the same guy who voices Geralt of Rivia. But anyway. They go and he is a member of the Wolf Guard, and he and his team go in to stop a cult of mages that are looking to overthrow the local emperor, or empress actually I think in this case. They succeed and they find you because apparently your character was taking a stand against their father Escanor Tahar, who if I remember right, actually manages to escape, but leaves you behind because, again, you were going to be sacrificed, so what does he care? You are then taken here and recruited. This is your friend Bertrand, who was one of the team with Sentenza Noria. You are recruited into a unit called the Wolf Guard, which is a kind of an elite unit, I guess. You get to design your character in a similar way to...
Then let's go.
You have a similar. It's kind of a similar design philosophy from what I've seen to something like Divinity, where it's kind of a free form. You don't really have set classes. You have archetypes more than anything. So we just started.
Understood.
We're in the barracks of the Wolf Guard. I can rotate the camera around. Alright, so I'm looking for the Lord Marshal Angar Arandir, who, as you can see, is marked by this exclamation point on the map. Now, I built Escanor as kind of a mage. Or at least that's what he's supposed to be. So I'm mostly going a combination of black magic and some elementalism. Because elementalism gives me extra spell power, so my spells are hit harder. Black magic is all auto attacks heal me for 3% of the damage. Then I also have the spell Void Arrow. Single target, quite a bit of damage. Damage, interrupt, and silence target enemy. There we go. I've now got access to the Void Arrow spell up here, whereas Bertrand has Deadeye and Impaling Shot. Both of them very powerful ranged attacks because he's a bowman. Now, unfortunately, one of the things about this...
No city of Northander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown. Built into the Hibernian ruins that once crowned King's Mountain, its walls and towers were made to withstand every foe and army. From the great Orcish horde to a swarm of draft wars came to an end, after an unknown rebel warned the crown of your fathers that followed all too well. Though many soldiers were honored for their bravery at the funeral pyres.
So yeah, the Mage Wars is the rebellion led by your father, Escanor Tahar. Because of that, magic is effectively outlawed.
Finally, some fresh air. Come on, Tahar. Let's head to the North Tower.
So the fact that I am actually a mage, a little bit angsty, but...
Quite the view, isn't it? Just doesn't get old.
Yeah,
It's still hard to believe that some 1,000 years ago, somebody actually built this place.
Alright, so we have a couple of quests. We have the Corporal, report to Lord Marshal Angar. Uh-oh.
May the light have mercy on you.
That's what happens to mages.
There she goes. More magic for you.
I didn't know the Iron Mask kills right away.
Well, from what I've heard, there are two ways it can go. Either it makes you lose your magic and then slowly your sanity, or it causes a brain rupture once it's branded onto your face.
Fun.
Seems that this woman suffered the latter.
Now let's move on.
Sure.
Yeah, that was a mistake to click that, but
What's next? Now would you look at that?
talk to the purity priest.
Yes? Who are you?
Just 2 soldiers. We saw the branding. Impressive work.
Disgusting work.
What do you want?
Could you tell me more about the purity of light? About
Oh, you're a seeker.
Chaser, but
maybe.
Interesting. Well, I will do my best to answer your questions.
What's your problem with mages?
We don't have a problem with mages. We have a problem with defilers.
What's the
okay.
difference?
Well, a mage is someone who has the ability to tap into the power the All-Father Aeonir used to create the universe. It's a burden, and we are well aware of how some mages suffer. However, having that ability by itself is not a sin. Using it is. Man should not have that power, regardless of stature or morality.
But that's what defilers do. They have no humility. They recklessly indulge in their magic and use it for their own purposes. Escanor Tahar is the best example. He showed the world how foul and dangerous uncontrolled magic can be.
Okay.
What about battle mages? There are mages in the Royal Army, too.
Well, technically they are defilers too, but they are a necessary evil, so to speak. Mages are powerful, and in order to keep Northander safe from them, they might be needed. It sounds paradoxical, I know, but it's
Yeah.
the truth.
But can't magic also be used for good?
It's not about good or bad, it's about humility. Man was never meant to use magic.
Prove it.
And the disregard of this fact is what made the world the violent, corrupted place that it is. So yes, magic can heal as much as it can kill, but that does not change that we are not allowed to meddle with it. We are not gods, soldier, we are men, and until we know our place again, Aeonir will not return.
Uh-huh.
This woman, what does she do?
That one? She was one of Escanor Tahar's rebels. They hid in wind walls, but the Royal Army took out their camp. She summoned a beast that tore apart 13 soldiers before they finally pinned her down.
Damn.
It's good that the mask put an end to her right away.
Do you have some kind of leader? Your movement originated in Greyfell, correct?
Movement. I don't think you quite understand who we are, soldier. But I have faith that you will soon enough.
Threatening?
Regarding your first question, yes, we do. Harbinger of Light, or Rondar Lacane, as his worldly name is known.
Psycho Pope.
He is out of the city at the moment, but if you want a chance to hear his sermons yourself, he will return to Greykeep 1 or 2 days from now.
What exactly do you believe in? I've been told the purity of light renounces the Guardians. Is that true?
Renounce? No. The Guardians, as well as the renegade gods, are Aeonir's creation, and they are as truthful as he. They left us.
What do you mean by they left?
Well, they were only temporary to begin with. Aeonir created them to tend to our world as long as mankind is corrupted. But now he wants to return to our world. And the Guardians have gone back
How do y'all know
to their
that?
Aeonir wants to return?
Yes, Aeonir will return to this world. 12 moons ago, the Harbinger of Light, our leader,
A year ago?
had visions where the All-Father himself spoke to him.
What do you mean 12 nights?
He said that after all the suffering we, his creation, had to endure, the time has come to bring peace again.
Y'all
He
don't
will
see other
reveal
ways that could be
himself to us,
interpreted?
and will make this world one of freedom, peace, and equality again.
And how exactly will he do this? It's not like there's no reason our world is the way it is.
It's a god we are talking about, not a guardian, but a true god. The only god, the creator.
Uh-huh.
You're making the mistake I made before the Harbinger showed me the truth too. You are trying to apply human thinking to something that never was human to begin with.
Fair point.
And why hasn't he returned yet?
Well, that's the reason we're here. Aeonir also told the Harbinger something else. That he will only return once mankind has become pure again.
Pure?
Yes, free of the wrong faith. free of defilers. That's our mission. And once we've succeeded, the Harbinger will open the gates so that Aeonir can step through.
Interesting.
That's one word for it.
That's
Well, thanks for your help.
Certainly. Aeonir's light guide your path, soldier.
and yours too, crazy guy. Alright, so there's a Hall of Justice apparently. It's in Greykeep, but we gotta get to Greykeep anyway, so. I don't know why you would have Fog of War on in a town that I'm supposed to have lived in for a couple of years now. Assist? What is this? Okay. Queen Aelith's uncle, former king of Northander. There's a ton of detail in this game. Is that even a doorway?
1, 2, 1, 2. That's it, lads. Keep at it.
She sounds like fun.
Yes.
Training is key. Don't talk about the Fight Club. Really? Went straight into a Fight Club reference?
Look at that. The fabled Wolf Guard has arrived. Always good to see some friendly faces.
Friendly.
Sergeant Esme?
Always so stern, Bertrand. What do you need? Some early morning practice?
Why not? What do you think, Tahar?
Who are we fighting?
Well, what does it look like? Recruits. Some of them almost know what they're doing, but some others could really use some actual sparring. So, what do you say?
I'm a mage.
Well, I guess I could do with some practice.
Good.
I
Then
failed the don't talk about the Fight Club part. I'm guessing this is the pit.
What do we need?
Brandon, Ronan, come here.
Yeah,
See these two over there? You'll fight them.
but they're Wolfguard.
So? Scared boy?
Correct. I've seen you two train, and you won't last a second out in the field. Time for you to get some real practice.
Now,
Get in the ring.
people have their health,
Your command.
obviously, and they also have what is known as
Quite the
focus,
dragon,
which is
isn't she? Let's go easy on them, Tahar.
focus is basically
All
your
right,
magic.
lads, here we go again. Show the corporal what you're made of.
Wait, you won, all right? I yield. I said I yield, damn it.
All right.
That was fast.
Had enough. Well done, lads. Now get back to the barracks and have someone see to those wounds, all right?
That was
Tones. The sergeant is right. If they're going to survive out there, they need proper training. In other words, we did them a favor.
that wasn't
Way to see it.
that wasn't training. We killed them in like 3 hits each.
That's it, lads.
At
Keep
worst, or at
at it.
best.
Good work. Those pals aren't without talent, but they're far too spoiled by these walls. Hang on a moment. Here. I've heard talk about a new mission, and something tells me it's the reason the Lord Marshal wants to see you. And I guess you could use these.
A friendly gesture. I almost forgot how that felt.
Don't be so dramatic. So, what do you say? Tired already? My boys could do with more real
What do you think, Tahar?
Yeah,
More
could
sparring.
use some more practice.
Great. Let's make it more of a challenge this time. Get in the ring when you're ready. You there! Yes, you Wolf Guards! Get your asses over here!
Are you talking to us, Sergeant?
I am. I want you to fight Corporal Tahar and Carpal.
And just when did we become your recruits?
You're not. But my recruits need to see some real combat. And a fight between 5 brethren of the Wolf Guard would be quite the show.
Look, we don't have time for...
We'll fight.
But
Get in
Ansel?
the ring.
On your marks, and fight!
One down.
I need to focus! Take them down!
Bertrand might go down here, but That's
Pray tell.
that's Anselm. Get a shot off.
Stop! That's enough! What are you trying to do, for heck's sake? Get yourself killed? This is practice, and Tahar beat you.
Yeah.
It might not be my unit, but this is my ring. Get out of there!
This isn't over, Tahar. I swear it.
Fuck all y'all. Y'all were just trying to get me in trouble.
Yes, that's it! Now again! Remember, eyes locked onto your opponent!
Blazes. That guy fought as if he wanted to kill you. Aren't you Wolfguard soldiers supposed to be, I don't know, friends?
Most of the Wolfguard hates me.
I had no idea what got into him.
Maybe, nonsense. Never mind.
What is it?
Just a stupid thought.
Say it.
Forget about it.
Come on.
Bertrand, tell me.
No idea how much you
Oh,
remember from
yeah.
that night when we freed you, but as I told you, Anselm was there.
That's why he's in it,
together
Nick.
with his sister. Your father, he killed her. Judging by the look on Anselm's face, he hates your guts. So maybe,
You think he's blaming me for her death?
I don't know, maybe.
That's stupid.
You're telling me. But anyway, it's just an assumption. I might be completely wrong.
You're not.
Anyway, here. You should take this as an apology. It was a stupid idea to have you fight each other. I'd suggest another round, but I suppose you've had enough by now. And the Lord Marshal's waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we fight?
Well, to be honest, I don't think there's much point in having you beat more recruits. But seeing you fight has reminded me that lately...
Okay, yeah, I kind of
haven't
expected
had a lot
this.
of practice neither.
You want to fight us?
2 versus 1.
You don't count, Bertrand.
Damn.
Very funny.
Come on, let's not overthink this. Let's get in the ring.
Okay.
2, 1, 2. That's it, lads. Keep at it.
How did she get over there? Because she was over here a second ago. Defeat Drill Sergeant Esme.
Good. Then let's dance.
How much focus does that take? This is going to be over soon. Leveled up.
Alright, this is enough.
Oof. The years have really taken their toll on me. This would have gone down differently some years ago.
Doubt it.
That's what they all say.
Sod off, Carpal.
Jokes aside, thanks for the practice. That was a damn good fight. Let's just hope seeing their sergeant in the dust like this doesn't make the recruits act all cocky again.
Well,
Yeah.
if it does, you'll be there to show them their place.
I guess. Anyway, you should go see the Marshal now. Good
There's
luck.
something over
you
there I
two.
want to grab
Stay
first.
safe.
Interesting.
No. It's fireballs you're dodging, not candy. Again.
Wait, what? Dodging fireballs I understand. Dodging candy, not so much. Alright, so I can get an orb of healing, orb of poison, potion of fresh start, which does what? That
Yes, that's it. Now again. Remember, eyes locked onto your
And-
opponents.
take the healing potions. Alright, let's do a quick level up. Bertrand is mostly our archer.
One, two. That's it, lads. Keep at it.
Give you ricochet. Fog and target area, plus we can all enemies entering or caught within it, or Call of the Forsaken. I have a tendency to favor necromancy when I can get it.
No. It's fireballs you're dodging, not candy. Again.
Let's head over to the courthouse first. Because we have the Hall of Justice. By the way, these are probably going to be about 20-ish minutes each. This one's going to be a little bit longer. Because this is the intro episode, of course. Into
People know the story behind the impressive hall, with its gilded pillars and domed roof. It was constructed in 6542 by King Arif Aelith as a monument to his greatness. Arif was known for his cruelty and decadence. When after a fight, his equally disliked brother attempted to kill him, Arif fled all the way to the top of the Grey Tower, into his shrine. But his brother, sword in hand, followed. A fight ensued in which both of them were fatally wounded. Ever since, the hall has stood as a symbol for justice.
because justice apparently.
The Hall of War. You know that, don't you?
No, Bertrand, I forgot. But I want to see this trial you were talking about.
Well, it's probably already started. Let's go take a look.
Silence will not change anything. I hope you
What do you want me to say? That I used my magic to kill those soldiers? Yes, I did. And I would do it again. Because they tried to kill me.
She's lying, for heck's sake! That bloody witch is lying!
You know what? You're right. I killed these men just because I liked it. Then I cooked a potion from their entrails and finally found myself a nice little broom to fly off into the moonlight.
I like her already.
You think this is the time for jesting?
I don't. But for the past hour, I have done nothing but repeat the same story over and over again.
For which you have no evidence.
Yes, and neither do you. But you know, that's the great thing about religious idiots like you. You always pick the story you like most. Now go ahead. Get that pretty little mask on my face already. I'm sure Aonir would enjoy that as much as seeing elven mages raped by Leonider soldiers.
Heresy. This is heresy.
Area of Finnanmere. You are hereby found guilty of breaking the new laws by using magic to slay 3 soldiers of the royal army. The punishment will be death by the pike and shall be carried out by
So
the
they're
morrow.
gonna stab her
The
to death?
trial is over.
So they're gonna just stab her to death with a pointy stick. That's literally the punishment they just gave her.
That's tough.
What do you make of this?
I don't know. She might be speaking the truth, or she might be lying. But it's 2 witnesses against her word, so I guess the sentence was only fair.
Who's that woman? The older one?
You don't know? Alright, now that surprises me. That was Amaria Leonider, the only surviving member of House Leonider. All of her sons died in the final battle of the Nortander army against your father's rebels.
Can you stop bringing that up?
She seemed to be very upset by what the elf said about Aonir.
Yeah, no wonder. She's one of the most fervent followers of the purity. Probably also one of the reasons why they could get so much influence within the crown. House Leonider was one of the greatest armies in Nortander. But let's go, shall we? I wouldn't want to keep the Lord Marshal waiting any longer.
Willing to bet that I'm gonna end up recruiting the elf. You know, let's just go this way. And come on, I now have the ability to summon up a group of walking corpses.
No city of Northanger evokes as much
Yeah, whatever.
Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the
They're gonna.
crown.
This does happen, unfortunately,
Built
every
into the
time.
Hibernian ruins that once crowned King's Mountain, its walls and towers were made to withstand every foe and army, from the great Orcish horde to a swarm of dragons. It was here that the Mage Wars came to an end, after an unknown rebel warned the crown of your father's planned attack. You remember the battle that followed all too well. Though many soldiers were honored for their bravery, no amount of medals will make you forget the widow's cries at the funeral pyres.
Let's go ahead and set you guys as group 1 so I don't have to keep looking for you.
One, two, 1, 2. That's it, lads. Keep at it.
Now I do have some other weapons. Like I could, for example, give Bertrand the scimitar, or a dagger, or the rusty hatchet that I picked up, which probably not going to be much use.
Let's see.
In the midst of the keep, like a lithic giant challenging the sky, stands the Grey Tower. Though not the highest of towers, it is no doubt the most important, as it houses both the Hall of War and the Hall of Justice.
You know, Tahar, there's something I've been wondering about lately.
What?
All this, the army, the Wolf Guard, the crown, does it fulfill you?
What do you mean?
It just, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of does if you're asking something like that. Because that's what we call a pretty heavy question, Bertrand. You know what? I think we'll leave it here for this session. Come back next time when we continue the adventures of Escanor Tahar and Bertrand of the Deep Philosophical Weirdness.
Yes.
If you enjoyed, feel free to drop a like on the video. You can also leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to say. If you want to keep up with me and never missing my current series, and consider joining the squadron by subscribing to the channel. That does help me out, and I really do appreciate it. But as for that, squaddies, I have been D. Thus begins the adventure of the son of a traitor. We'll see how this goes. And if I'm right about recruiting that elf eventually. Until next time, good night, and good gaming.